Hello, YouTube family. Hello, YouTube family. What I'm doing right now, I am preparing myself to get live, to start my live stream for, what I'm doing right now is I'm preparing for live for Facebook. So let me go ahead and go live on Facebook as well, okay? This week. Let's see here. Let me go to my profile and click live. Put my sunglasses on because I'm too cool for school. I'm still here. I'm just trying to get started here on Facebook. So I appreciate your patience. I know we're 3 minutes in. Appreciate your patience. Um, okay. Hello, fam. Hello, fam. Wait for y'all to get on here. Hello, fam. Hello. Thank you so much, YouTube family, for have your patience. I appreciate you. Thank you for your patience. So we're getting ready here. Facebook fam, hello. Hello. Hello, fam. Thank you so much for joining. I am going to get right into it. I'm trying to see, am I able to add anybody? Oh, I'm going to invite some people. I'm going to go ahead and invite some people. Yes, I am. I'm going to go ahead and invite some people. Yes, let me go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and invite some people. Let me go ahead and invite some people. Yes. I'm going to go invite some people. Please go ahead and share this, fam. I really do appreciate you. Go ahead and sharing this with some folks. I would greatly appreciate it so very much. Go ahead and invite some people. Appreciate you so much. Let's see here. Invite. Okay. Who else can I invite on here? All right. Just inviting some people at this moment. Thank you for your patience, YouTube. Okay. Slow connection. Stop playing with me. Who else can I invite on here? So many people I can invite on here. But I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time inviting people on here. Come on over. Come on over. Come on over. Come on over. All right. So many people I can share this with. Who else I want to share this with? Okay. All right. I think I'm done sharing. All right. Give me one moment. I got to do something really quick, and I'll be right here with you all. Give me one moment. Hello, fam. I am back. Yes, I am back. All right. So, feeling alive, feeling amazing, feeling fantastic, feeling awesome, feeling motivated. Feel like I'm winning today. Thank you, Lord. It's 2:45 at the moment, and I have done enough stuff that will cover me for the whole rest of the day. All right. For all of you on here, make sure you check out my most recent video that I did a couple hours ago around noon today about my morning on this Saturday of May 10th of 2025. Lord definitely dropped a really great word to me this morning about the waiting season, patience, and all that jazz. So another part of that, this is also a great waiting season as I'm waiting for my next celebrity cruise. I am sold. When I say I'm sold with celebrity cruise, I remember my cruise back in November of this past year of 2024. And I remember day one, I said, celebrities about to take all my money. They about to take all my money. And I don't know why my internet's saying low connection because I pay good money for my internet. So internet, you better act right. You better act right now. So for those of you that do not know who I am, let me introduce myself. My name is Kim Marie McLeod. I am a independent travel agent. I have been an independent travel agent since last February 2024. Also, I am a licensed professional counselor. I am owner director of my own practice of Right the Vision, advocacy, consulting, and counseling. So that's what I normally do majority of my time. But days like this and weeks that I've had like this have been a very busy travel week. So I've been definitely posting a lot on my social media, on my Facebook page, as well as my Instagram page. So for all my people out here that you are not following me, make sure you follow me on Facebook, just Kim Marie McLeod. Go follow me over on Instagram, Kim Marie McLeod. I think my tag is travel therapy, Miss Kim LPC. So go ahead and go follow me on Facebook and Instagram. If you have not already liked and subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do that right now. On my YouTube channel, I just like to share things about travel, personal life, spiritual things mainly. And then, of course, I have another YouTube channel for my counseling business, but we're not talking about all of that right now. We're talking about travel right now. That's what we're talking about. And specifically, I have a lot of notes as well. So first, before we get started, I want us to do something. I want you just to take a moment. We're going to take a moment and do one of my favorite relaxation techniques. Let's take a moment, and I want us to zone in on 5 of our senses, okay? I want you to take a moment right now. And let me just write this down so I don't forget any of the senses here. So we have our sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. So I like doing my counseling stuff, but I love to do this too when we're talking about traveling. So I want us to take a moment, and just for a moment, I want you to go ahead and just close your eyes. Let's take a moment and just close your eyes. Okay. Take a moment, close your eyes. And this is going to be guided. So I'm going to tell you what you're going to be possibly seeing, okay? And what you're going to be possibly experiencing with your 5 senses. So let's take a moment, relax. I hope you're in a relaxed spot. Either that's on your couch, in your bed, parked in your car. Go ahead and just take a moment and just be relaxed. Take a moment and just be relaxed, okay? So while you're being relaxed, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you just to imagine driving to being escorted, as I can say, to your port, to your cruise port. And you're seeing this huge, lovely I mean, elegant, premium, big blue and white ship. And on the side, you see celebrity silhouette. You see the windows, you see the balconies, you see the blue cliffs, waves, and ocean that the boat is sitting on. I want you to go ahead and take notice and look and see when you get out of your car, you're being greeted by celebrity staff. All right, I want you to go ahead and take a moment to also take notice of what you're hearing. You're hearing all these people just ooh and ah, just saying how amazing and big this ship is and how excited they are on vacation. Then you go inside of the your cruise terminal building, right? You walk in and you see the escalators. You see the escalators leading you and telling you to go up so you can get checked in. You go ahead and to the escalators and you're just so excited and you just don't know how to express yourself because you don't want to embarrass yourself, but you're just so excited that you're about to be away for 8 nights. You finally reach the staff that's going to be helping you with check-in. You go ahead and show them your passport. You know, you're being greeted and being asked how you doing. And then a matter of 5 minutes, you're cleared to go on. And now you're walking onto the ship. You know, you're walking on the gangway to get on the ship. You're just bursting with excitement. You just don't know what to do with yourself. Then you go directly to your mustard station. You don't go grab a drink. You don't go and eat anything. You don't go talk to no one. You go straight to your mustard station. You got your carry-on and your book bag because you've already dropped off your suitcase, right, to the porter. You already dropped off your suitcase and you already gave them a tip for your big luggage. Now you just got this small carry-on with your book bag and you're walking to your mustard station. You get to your mustard station and they're asking you that report that you do your online. They're asking you if you did your online check-in with the mustard station. You get cleared with that. They tell you some safety protocols. You make sure that you understand them and that you're cleared. Then you go, rushingly, you go to your room to drop off your bags. And you're so excited. You get to your room. You see the number on your door. That's the number that you booked your stateroom for. You get your key that's on your door. It will be on your door. You get your key. You open your door and you walk in and you see this big luxurious European style bed. You see a mirror. You see a desk. You see a TV. You see a couch. Then you open up the door to the bathroom. You see the bathroom is fully renovated and refurbished. You know, no longer are we using curtains. We actually have a glass door to enter into the shower. You know, beautiful bathroom, stateroom, and you just got to drop off your bags. You got to drop off your bags because, you know, your room may not be clean yet. But if your room is clean, you go ahead and just sit on your bed really quick and you notice it is so soft and comfy and comfortable and you can't wait until that night because you're going to get some really good sleep. Then you leave from your room, and then you go to the Ocean View Cafe, which is one of my favorite places to be on celebrity cruises. You go to the Ocean View Cafe where they have the buffet and you walk in and you just walk around and you're smelling Indian food. Ooh, that smells so good. The Indian rice, the chicken. Ooh, mercy, mercy. You're smelling the meats, all the different types of meats that they have: ham, steaks, prime, the what do they have? The roast beef, all these different types of meats that you can try out. You're seeing mac and cheese, you're seeing pizza, you're seeing salads, you're seeing fruit, you're seeing salads. You're seeing all this amazing food. You're just walking around, you're smelling it all, and you're just like, what should I get? There's so many options. There's so many options. What should I eat today? Because I'm so famished. What should I eat? You grab about 2 plates. Then you decide to go outside on the back of the ship with your food, and you get a nice table, and the sun's just shining on you. The sun is just shining on your food. And you're just like, this is the best day of my life. Oh my goodness, the best day of my life. All right, come back to the present, y'all. Come back to the present. Come back to the present. Come back to the present. That, my friends, that is what you can experience on the first day of the Celebrity Silhouette Group Cruise that I am hosting for this November. Friends, I'm trying to tell you, I've been telling you. And what I described to you was exactly what happened on my cruise with Celebrity Apex back in November 2024 when I did my first ever solo cruise. That was my third cruise, but that was my first ever cruise with Celebrity and my first ever solo cruise. And let me tell you, the first day of the cruise, I remember telling people that I met on the cruise, I said, honestly, from this first day experience, it was worth every dollar, dime that I paid for this trip. Just from the first day alone. If nothing else happened, I was satisfied. And family and friends, that could be you. That could be you. That could be your family. That could be your friends. I'm telling you. So let's get on this. All right. So I'm rocking my Celebrity Cruises hat that I actually got the last day of my cruise, which was a really great deal. I have my shades to get us into the mood of vacation. All right. So I may be taking these off periodically throughout. But let's get into business. Let's get into business for a second. Can we do that? Let's get into business. I want y'all to see my eyes, and I want y'all to see how serious I am about this trip. All right. Y'all see me? Okay. So let's jump into it. So I've done quite a few videos and lives. I've done Zoom videos. I was just on here last Sunday, and I promised you all, I made a promise to you all, and I told you all that I was going to be on here. Remember that, y'all? I told y'all that I was coming back on here on Saturday to tell you the update. This is the May 2025 update part 2 about this cruise. So I got some information. I know some of this information may be repetitive, but I know some of you need to hear it again. and some of you may just unfortunately just finding this information out. But this cruise have been created actually in July 2024. Like this cruise group, Top Tier Friendship Cruise, was actually created back in July 2024. That's when I actually started promoting this group. That's when I first created this group. And so I'm just going to run down. I have my notes. I have some notes so I can stay on track because, I can talk with you all day. And next thing we know, it's nighttime. So I want to make sure I'm staying on track today with our information. So I have my notes here in front of me. Okay. I want to welcome, thank you, Sister Bonnie, Sister Sally, for coming on here. So let me run down a few things on here. And y'all may have caught, I've already done like a relaxation activity. So you want to go back and re-listen to the very beginning so you can take part in that relaxation activity that I shared with us. But this is the top tier friendship group cruise, top tier friendship cruise. All right. Specifically, this was for Christian singles 21 years and older. The reason why I say it's for 21 years and older, because for you to book individually, you need to be 21. If you're under 21, you would need somebody that's 21 to be on your booking and has to be in the same room as you. And this is an adult cruise, so I'm not expecting anyone to necessarily babysit anyone. So you will need to be 21 years old. Understandable, there's a lot of mature adults that's 18, 19, 20 years old. But for this cruise, you do need to be 21 years old to book by yourself unless you are married. If you are married and you're 18, 19, 20 years old, you can book, of course, on the cruise. You just have to show proof of your like marriage license. But so when are we going? When are we going on this top tier friendship group cruise? We are going this November. The 15th, we will leave Saturday the 15th, and we will return home on Sunday the 23rd, 2025. That will be 8 nights. 8 nights, okay? Now, fam, when I was promoting this last fall of 2024, I had so many people, and maybe it's some of you all that's listening. I had so many people tell me, that's so, what was this? Sorry. It's not enough time, right, to plan and prepare. It's next November. I don't know what I'm doing that far ahead of time in my life. I can't commit to something that's far away. The reality of it is us living, being adults, planning is part of the journey. Planning is a part of being an adult. Okay. And the thing about vacation, I know I said this last Sunday, the thing of when it comes to vacation, specifically with cruising, is planning is imperative, right? Most people that cruise, they're planning their cruises a whole year in advance, sometimes close to 2 years, depending on what itineraries is available. Okay, people are planning a year, 2 years in advance. Okay, people are planning ahead of time, right? And to be very honest with you all that may not really understand the travel industry, because once again, just FYI, if you did not hear, I am an independent travel agent. My host agency is IntelliTravel. My travel business is Beautiful Time Travel. Okay. So with that being said, travel is a $8 trillion industry. Travel is the largest industry in the world. It's the largest industry in the world. And there's a lot of components and things that goes on behind the scenes that if you are not in the travel industry, you have no idea, no clue about. Okay. So the thing about travel is, or in like having a vacation that, you're going to, most times, I wasn't going to say always, but most times, I would say most times you're going to get the best deal the further out in advance that you plan. You're going to get the best, most times you're going to get the best deal. When I cruised back in November, I planned that trip back in March of 2023. So we're talking a whole year in April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. A whole year in 8 months. A whole year in 8 months that I planned that trip. That trip just didn't happen just in a matter of a week or 3 weeks. Like, I planned that trip in a whole year and 8 months in advance. And that is what most people are doing. So, when you see people that's constantly going on cruises or constantly going on vacations, it's because they have set themselves up and they have planned. Okay? They have planned, right? Understand there's other situations, other reasons that people travel, whatever, but I'm talking about the legal way of doing things. I'm talking about the safe way of doing things. I'm talking about the ethical way of doing things. Most people, they are planning a year, 2 years in advance to plan a vacation. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to try to be very kind when I say this, but if you don't plan your time, and if you don't plan a vacation for yourself, someone or something will plan your time for you. Did you catch that? If you do not plan your own vacation, if you do not plan your own time, someone or something will plan your time for you. So this is all about really taking back control of your life and what is it that you need to do for yourself. I know for me, just with my overall health, I'm always the healthiest when I make sure that I take time aside for myself, and especially when I actually take vacation. My first time out the country, it was in 2010. So how old was I? Was I 22 at that time? I'm trying to think. I don't even know. Was I 22 at the time? I think I was. I was 22 at the time, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I was 22 at the time. It's my first time out the country. I went to Costa Rica for a study abroad trip, but it was a lot of time to just sit back and really enjoy myself. And I realized I had never been that healthy in my entire life. I said, wow, it's taken me 22 years to recognize I need to make sure I do more of this in my life. And I started. I wasn't always consistent throughout the years. I can't go back and change anything in the past. But what I can do is I can learn from my past, and I can continually, each day, each week, each month, each year, just do my best to do better and to plan better. And, for those of you that have worked with me at past jobs, everyone has known me from past jobs, know that Kim takes her vacations. Kim was never that employee that waited to the end of the year to try to use up all her vacation time. Now, I did take vacation time at the end of the year too, but I never waited until my supervisors are telling me, or HR is telling me, Kim, if you don't take vacation, you're going to lose your vacation time. From the time I started working, I was 15, I believe I was 15, 16 years old. The first time I had a real job. I'm 37 years old right now. So how many years is that? 22 years, 21 years, 21 years of working in my life. I've never had a problem with taking vacation time. Okay? And every time an employer tried to give me a hard time about me taking time off, I hit them with their own rules and regulations. I hit them with their rights and my rights. Okay? And I'm like, nothing that I'm requesting here is telling me that I'm not able to take this. And they didn't have no choice but to let me take my vacation. Okay? So, like I said before, if you don't take control of your time, you don't take control of planning a vacation for yourself, someone or something will plan for you and take that time away from you. And I don't hear it as much right now, but I used to hear it a lot. It was a season where I heard it so much when people would say, like, they don't have no time for themselves. They just let their years just was wasted. All they did was work. They don't have nothing to show forth. They have no type of memories to show forth when it comes to vacation, spending time with family and friends. This is a new day. So don't continue that if you feel like you're in that position. Today's a new day. All right. If you are a newer working professional, you're just recently getting the work field in the past year, 2 years, I want to encourage you to start taking time off. Go ahead and look at your calendar and look, okay, what month or week, days that I want to be able to take time off for myself. Okay. So I want to share that with you all because, be honest with you, I feel like many of you could have already booked this trip if you would have allowed yourself, like, take the time to think about it, take the time to pray about it, take the time to plan for it. And honestly, some of you, the trip will be already paid or you'll be almost paid. Back in the fall, I recommended the group to start putting like $40 away, $50 away, $60 away every time they get paid. So either that was weekly or every other week, or if it was like a month, you might need to consider putting like $100 away each month if you only got paid once a month. And so, when we reach to this point of final payment is July 18th, no exceptions. Final payment is July 18th, 2025. And so you won't be stressed like that month of July or even that month of June is like, okay, where I'm getting the rest of this money at, the money will already have been, the money could have already been there, So I just want to share that, like, even if you don't go on this trip, even if you don't go on this November trip, I want to encourage you all that are listening right now to take the time, to look at your calendar, present it to the Lord, and also be realistic on what's going on throughout the year. Go in and say, maybe this month is a good month for me. Maybe August is a good month for me. Maybe September is a good month for me. Maybe November is a good month. Like, look through your calendar to see what is realistic and reasonable and healthy for you to start planning out a vacation for yourself. And then saying, okay, well, what type of vacation do I want? What is the purpose of this vacation? How much money am I planning on spending on this vacation? And then you can start planning. And then when you're ready, you could come talk to me and I could book you your vacation. Okay. But that, I'll leave that for another video, but it just came to me. So I want to share that with you all. So this is the top tier friendship group cruise. This is for Christian singles 21 years and older. When are we going? We are going this November, Saturday, November 15th. That is a Saturday. And we're returning home November 23rd, 2025. That's going to be an 8-night cruise. 8-night cruise, okay, with Celebrity Silhouette. Celebrity Silhouette, all right? Celebrity Silhouette is part of the Celebrity Cruises brand. It's the premium line owned by the Royal Caribbean Group, okay? So you have Royal Caribbean, and then you have Celebrity Cruises. Celebrity Cruises is just a step up from Royal Caribbean. It's a premium line. It's more of a adult focused cruise. They do allow children, but it's not a children or family cruise. So if you have children and you want to have more of that family type of vibe, I recommend for you to book a Royal Caribbean cruise, and I can help you also to book that. I can help you book a Royal Caribbean cruise if you choose to do like a more family focused cruise. Okay. I've heard really great things about Royal Caribbean. I have yet to sail with Royal Caribbean. I will one day soon, but I've heard really great things about it. And then, but of course, Celebrity Cruises, that is what I'm familiar with. I'm certified. I'm actually certified with Celebrity Cruises as a certified travel advisor. I did my training last year. So yeah. So did all my training, but I wanted to, of course, learn more hands-on about Celebrity with their ships and how the group works. So that's why I ended up booking. That's one of the reasons why I ended up booking this group cruise. That's one reason why I booked it. But mind you, I actually booked the my first Celebrity cruise back in November. I actually booked that before I even became a travel agent. I didn't know back in March 23rd, 2023 that a year in the future that I will actually be a travel agent. So I think that's really interesting. that I planned that out that way. God knows, right? So the port of call is going to be Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the USA. Fort Lauderdale is a beautiful area. I actually stayed there last November for 2 days before my cruise. So beautiful. I mean, it was such a beautiful area. I stayed in the Dania Beach area. I do look forward to, I do hope and pray I can get a really great hotel in that same area, because you don't need a car. If unless you're going, of course, you need a vehicle driving to the port. You would need to either get an Uber, a Lyft, or a taxi, or private transportation. But just getting around, doing activities and eating and things like that. There's so much to do in the Dania Beach, Dania Point area. I mean, it's just tons of things to do, tons of places to eat. I told myself, when I go on this trip, I would like to stay for 3 nights instead of 2 nights. I stayed 2 nights last year. I'm planning on staying 3 nights this year. So that's going to be 9, 10, 11. That's actually going to be 11-night cruise. That's going to be 11-night vacation for me coming up this November. I actually plan to take off like 3 weeks in November. So the week that I'm leaving, I'm planning on taking that whole week off. Then the week of the cruise, and then that following week is Thanksgiving. So I just plan on taking 3 whole weeks off in November. So, I've been planning for this since last year. So it's coming up quick. We only have June, July, August, September, October, November. We only have 6 months left. 6 months left to prepare for this trip. But when I say it's so possible, I know for some of you all it's a little late, but it's so possible. It's so possible to make this happen. So the cruise ports, during the cruise, we're going to Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. And I want to share with you all really quick the itinerary of this trip. I do have the information on the itinerary for this trip. So I want to share with you all the itinerary. So 97322. Oh, let's see here. I always forget my number for this trip. Is that it? Did I come up? Is that it? Did I do it right? Oh, I did it. Okay. Always like go back and forth. Okay, so let me share with you all the itinerary. I mean, this is honestly a huge reason why I picked the reason why I picked this itinerary is because of where we are going. When I booked back in March 2023, originally I wanted to go to the ABC Islands, and I wanted to cruise Celebrity Beyond. But when I had to make my final payment in January of 2024, I didn't have all of my payment. And that's when I really learned how to really plan to pay for a cruise. So I asked to extend the cruise to later that year, which is November, which I think I 100% believe it was a God thing. And really, God really wanted me to go on vacation that November instead of that April, for various reasons. I was just, I just went fully 100% full time with my counseling practice. And, a lot of changes and adjustments there. And just the way God set up the trip in November of 2024, there was no question that God wanted me to go on that trip instead of the April 2024 trip. So anyway, the itinerary for this trip, for the top tier friendship cruise. So once again, we leave out Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, November 15th. We depart at 4:00. So I want to say you need to, I can't remember. I don't know the exact time you're going to be on the ship, but you want to be on the ship as early as possible. Honestly, you're going to 30 days. I'm going to say it's 45 days before sailing day, we have to check in. And so we're giving like time slots to check in. So this year I'm gonna do my best to check in by noon. I was a little late this time. It wasn't my fault because our transportation broke down. That wasn't my fault. So we was a little late getting to the cruise port, but thank God I still had plenty of time. But I realized that I don't want to get there too early, because when you get there too early, it's like you can tour the ship and all that type of stuff. But when I come, I would like to be able to get in my room to relax a little bit. You know, it's just a reason. So next time I'll probably choose to like check in around 12 o'clock. Then on the next 2 days, the Sunday and that Monday, the 16th and the 17th, we will be at sea. I love at sea days just as much as I love port days. I love them equally, because on those at sea days, you can sleep in, you can practically do anything you want to do on a ship. Like, you can do anything that you want to do. You can sleep in, you go to breakfast. You can either go to the breakfast in the Ocean View Cafe, or you can go to the main dining room and get breakfast. Or you can get brunch, or you can just, go to the pool, or you go to the solarium, which is their inside pool area. You could check out, they have activities and entertainment happening all throughout the day. And I didn't realize like how much celebrity is involved, as in just entertaining people. I mean, A plus, because there was so much to do on that cruise. There was no way for me to do everything. So don't worry, at sea days, you're not going to be bored unless you're just a boring person. If I could just be frank with you, like, you will not be bored on Celebrity Cruise unless you are a boring person, because there's so much to do. I've seen people, at the cafe area having their book and just reading. I mean, you can meet new people. It's just shows. There's activities, there are games. There's so much to do on these ships with celebrities. So you will have a great time at sea days. I know some people are always concerned, like, you're going to be at sea a whole day or 2 days. Like, what are we supposed to be doing? You will find out. I'm trying to explain it the best way I can right now, but you will definitely have a great time. And then Tuesday, November 18th, we will be in Curacao, Williamstead, Curacao. We will arrive there at 9 a.m. and then we will depart there at 6 p.m. So a fairly full day. I think that's a great day to either do an excursion or do something on your own. And then Wednesday, 19th November, November 19th, that Wednesday, that's day number what? That's day number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's day number 5. This is my favorite part that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to visiting Aruba. I've always wanted to go to Aruba for many years. And this will be my first time being able to make it to Aruba. And we get there at 8 a.m. and we will leave at 11 p.m. So a full day. Full day. I don't plan on still being out at 11 p.m., of course, but obviously I'm not going to have to be rushing. I don't have to be rushing to get back to the ship, on that day. That day, you can literally do 2 excursions that day if you really wanted to. But I want to do like a fairly full excursion. I may do an excursion that's going to be like about 4 or 5 hours long that day. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that day. And then the next day, Thursday, November 20th, we're going to be in Bonaire. I've never been to Bonaire as well, so I'm really interested in how that works out. That's a fairly decent old day. It starts out very early, and as you all know, I'm not a morning person. So I think that will probably be the last day I'll try to figure out what to do on that day, because I'm not a type of person to try to wake up super early to go on an excursion. So it may be a day I just do something on my own, without having like actually a planned out or a paid excursion, because we get there at 7 a.m. and then we leave at 4. So we would need to be on the ship by like 3 o'clock, by like 2 or 3 o'clock. So, I may only have like a few hours actually out on port. And then the last 2 days, that Friday, November 21st, and the Friday, November 22nd, we will be back at sea. So anything that you were not able to do on those first 2 days at sea, you should be able to do that those last 2 days. And of course, unfortunately, Saturday, November 22nd is the day that we need to pack to go back home, which is it's always the saddest day of the cruise. It's always the saddest day of the cruise. Of course, the day that you actually leave, but that day is everyone knows this is the last day and we have to leave and go back to reality. So but we get back to Fort Lauderdale at 7 a.m. I always tell people, don't expect to get off the ship at 7 a.m. You want to give yourself a couple hours. So, plan to get off the ship around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I think I got off the ship around 9:30, 10. I think it was around 9:30 back in November when I got off the ship. And my flight didn't leave till later that day. So I was at the airport for a couple hours anyway, chilling out. But what I did learn, though, about Fort Lauderdale Airport, so that's the itinerary. So before I get to the airport, the itinerary, once again, we will be leaving November 15th, 2025. We will leave from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the USA, cruising for 2 days. Then we'll be in Curacao, then Aruba, Bonaire. We consider those the ABC Islands. Then the last 2 days, we will be at sea. We'll be cruising those days, and then we will return. It's a round trip. So where we start is where we come back. And so we will come back Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So with that being said, what I graciously learned about Fort Lauderdale Airport is I've flown into and out of Fort Lauderdale a few times in my life. But this time around, from this past November, I realized it's a breeze when you fly into Fort Lauderdale. So I flew in from I flew in from Reagan Airport out in DC. I flew from DCA to Fort Lauderdale. I think their acronym is FLL. And I flew with Southwest because they had free bags. So now I have to really consider who I'm flying this year, because Southwest decided that they want to change their entire policy, which makes them Southwest, but we're not talking about them right now. So I need to figure out who I'm going to fly with this time. But anyways, I flew them because I had a really great ticket. I think I didn't pay more than I think my ticket was like $270 something round trip, and all my bags were covered. That was a steal. And so when I got off the plane going into coming into Fort Lauderdale Airport, it was a breeze. Walked off. All the signs leading to baggage were clear. There was a little delay with baggage, but not too much. I did have private transportation because the hotel that I was staying at, I stayed at the Hyatt place last year, and they had private transportation. So I called them, letting them know. And then I had a little walk to get to the private transportation place. But other than that, it was a breeze. It was a breeze flying into Fort Lauderdale. Now, flying out of Fort Lauderdale was a headache. It was legit a headache. And so I have to make sure I sign up for TSA pre-check. I have not done that yet, but I do plan on doing that in June. I do plan on getting my appointment in June. Hopefully, prayerfully, all of that clears between June and July, and I have that taken care of, because let me tell you, I'm not doing that again. I did sign up for Clear, but I didn't think it was worth it. So I'm going to do TSA pre-check, because when I walked into the airport, when it was time for me to go back home, just seeing the lines everywhere was just so defeating. There were lines everywhere. everywhere. And of course, people don't like to wait because we have created a culture in America, unfortunately, that people don't like to wait. So you see people literally trying to jump in the front of the lines and act like they're entitled. And then they want to start arguing with people at the front desk. But everybody saw you jump the lines. Like, you did not stay in line to get help. So I'm like, okay, this time around, just thinking about it, as you can see, as thinking about it, like, I'm like, that part I'm not looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to going back home and flying out of Fort Lauderdale. So I'm going to have to put some extra prayer on that. I'm going to put some extra prayer on my return home after this cruise. So I'm just forewarning everyone, if you're flying into Fort Lauderdale or flying out of Fort Lauderdale, when you fly out of Fort Lauderdale, please be prepared. Please be prepared. Have TSA pre-check. You need TSA pre-check. That is a place that I would like. Some airports you don't really need it. Like when I flew out of Reagan, that airport was empty. It was empty. I was literally like the only person. I remember when I was going through security, I was literally the only person in line. Like, it was so empty. And I think it was like 7 in the morning. It was like 6 or 7 in the morning. It was so empty. So I'm sure they may get busy. I don't know, but I didn't need it. But flying out of Fort Lauderdale, I will need TSA pre-check. Absolutely will need it. So comment below. Let me know if you ever flew out of or flew into Fort Lauderdale. Like I said, flying into Fort Lauderdale is a breeze. You're not gonna have no problems. But it's when you got to go back home. Be prepared. Don't say you haven't been told. I'm telling you right now. Be prepared for Fort Lauderdale Airport flying back home. So anyways, let's a few more things I want to share on this video. Why did I create this group? Why did I create this trip, this top tier friendship group cruise? Like I said, first, number one, I am an independent travel agent. Host agency is with IntelliTravel. I am a certified travel advisor with Celebrity Cruises. I completed my training back in 2024, and I wanted to, of course, I want to learn hands-on more about celebrity cruises and their ships and how the groups work in particularly. So it's one thing to sit behind a computer and read and listen and do the quizzes, do the exams. It's one thing to look at all the resources online for the travel agents. It's one thing to look at videos that people post on YouTube about celebrity. Those are all great and great information because it really prepared me for celebrity. But there's another side to that. If I'm going to be a true certified travel advisor with Celebrity, I also need to be able to travel on their ships and to learn about their ships, because that's going to help me to be able to properly promote and market to you all and actually share with you all hands-on what actually goes on. Even share with you even some myths or whatever, because before I ever cruise with Celebrity, like I should have been cruising with Celebrity ever since I've ever traveled, since like my early 20s. I will pay extra money for a good customer service. I will pay extra money for a nice, decent room. I will pay extra money for a certain type of atmosphere. Okay, you're getting premium. One of the taglines of Celebrity is nothing compares. Legit, nothing compares to Celebrity. I know there's a lot of competitors out there that compete, but it's just something about Celebrity. When I walked on that ship back in November 2024, I thought I know heaven is near, heaven's coming, but I'm just saying, I'm like, Lord, if there's something similar to this in heaven, I wouldn't mind this. I wouldn't mind this. I felt like a celebrity. I felt like a celebrity as soon as I stepped on the ship. When I went to muster station, that was the first thing I did. And make sure y'all go to muster station. The first thing you do when you get on your ship, go to your muster station. The girl at the muster station, I mean, just so kind and polite. Like, I'm sure she had an early day, because I hear they get up super early to get ready for the next cruisers that come in. And you would have thought like this was just a great, beautiful day for her. Like, you would have probably thought that this girl probably woke up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. She had to like literally get everybody else off the ship, and I mean, just wonderful, just such a lovely young lady. Like, treated me like a queen. I didn't have no special package. I had a basic inside stateroom package, and let me tell you, I had a really really good deal because I booked it really early, and and it was also some type of promotional that was going on at the time that I was able to, um, book under. So I mean, it wasn't like I was in a it wasn't like I was a retreat guest, which is like their first class service. It's like there's a whole nother ball game. Okay. One day I will be experiencing the retreat, but I didn't even have the retreat experience. And I felt like a celebrity. I felt like I was first class. Like, my room steward, like, and the fact that I traveled solo and everyone knew, like all the staff that I connected with, they all knew I traveled solo, and they didn't treat me any different. Like, they treated me, I felt like I got better treatment because I was a solo traveler, to be honest with you. I received really great treatment, and this is why I will cruise celebrity cruises. That's why I tell people I will stand by them. I will stand by them. As far as what I know right now, I will stand by them. And if there's ever an issue, you go talk to someone. And that's the thing that unfortunately people don't do enough of when they go on these cruises. When they have an issue, you need to notify guest relations as soon as possible. You don't wait until your last day of the cruise and try to fix something. You don't wait till you go home and post stuff on social media about your bad experiences. Like, don't do that. Don't be that person. Do not be that person. But didn't have, like, the few issues that I have, it wasn't even like major, but I spoke up as soon as possible and it was taken care of. So I want to be able to experience, celebrity cruises, their ships hands on, so I can be able to, fully share with you all about celebrity, and help you in your booking process. And I believe, cruises have, like, each cruise line have like their own type of personality, and then the ships also have their own unique personality. So I feel like, if you're a person that likes relaxation, you like, not to feel like a ship is overcrowded, celebrity may be good for you. Like, even our sail away party, wasn't anything like chaotic. It wasn't like a lot of people all over the place. Like, I remember our sail away, and it was so relaxing. And plus, then again, too, it was a little chilly and windy outside at that time, so a lot of people wasn't necessarily on the outside deck, but it was still nice. There was two people singing and playing a guitar. They did a phenomenal job. There were people getting drinks. There were, a few people in the pool, which I don't understand what was at the pool, because like I said, it was windy and a little chilly, but you always get those people. And our sail away was just so peaceful. It was like they were just singing softly. It wasn't like no crazy jumping trap music, and everyone's on top of themselves, on top of each other, and a sweaty mess. It wasn't none of that. It was so chilled and laid back, and that's just how I am. That's how I like the vacation. I don't need a whole lot of stuff going on. I don't need a whole bunch of drama going on. So, but during that time of sail away, there was other stuff going on at the same time around the ship. So, if you like wellness, you like the idea of making sure you're staying healthy on your trip, celebrity may be a good choice for you. If you like, let's see here, what else? Even first class service when it comes to excursions. I, I think the excursions, how they do excursions, is fairly decent. I think I only did. I'm trying to think about the excursions, because I want to say I only did one excursion through them. Yeah, I only did one excursion through them, and I did everything else on my own. So, but when I remember, I actually connected with one of the excursion, I can't remember her name on top of my head, but I did give her a really good review when I was there, like when I did the survey. But I talked to her a few times, about excursions and stuff, and she was so helpful, so kind. Like the excursions, it's like first class. So if you, like I said, if you like to have a really great stateroom, well taken care of, like, and the thing too, my stateroom was always clean. Like my room steward, he would like he would do turn down service like at least twice a day. I never had to worry about my room being clean, like, or my bed being made up, or towels, washcloths. Like he knew me so well. He knew me so well. Oh my goodness. He was a gem. I miss my room attendant. Like he was amazing. He was amazing. And I just had an inside stateroom, and I was treated like a queen. The food, if you're a person that likes really good food, you're going to get that. You're going to get like it's really like what's the word I'm trying to use? Like I said, if you like good quality food, you will like celebrity. You will like celebrity for sure. You would like them. Okay. And there's so many options. So even if you get something you don't like, just say something as soon as possible. Because I remember one night I had something that it just wasn't, it was like fish and chips. They had some type of special that night. I think it was like the trip that I was on, they had 4 different dining rooms. And I went to one of them. The service was great. My waiter was great. But what I ordered it because it was a special, and I ordered it. And when I had like 1 or 2 bites, and I'm like, this is not it. He was so attentive. He came up to my table and he was like, you don't like it. It's okay. And I'm like, And he's like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll get you something else. I'll get you something else. What would you like? And so the person I was sitting next to, I was like, you can get me that. And I was like, I don't mind trying that. And he was like, okay, I got you. And he took my plate immediately. And he brought me back a new plate. No problem, no upcharge, no nothing. Like it was absolutely okay. So like I said, I will pay a little bit more for good quality service every time. And that's why I understand a lot of people don't like to travel with me, because when I travel, I look at the reviews, I read the reviews, I look at the videos, I look at the pictures. I'm about good quality vacationing. Okay. That's what I'm about. So that's the number one reason why I chose to book this cruise. I want to learn more about celebrity cruises, and I want to get that hands-on experience. I want to see it for myself. I want to hear it for myself. I want to taste it for myself. I want to touch it for myself. I want to experience this for myself, so I know what to share with you, my potential clients, family, friends, acquaintances, past coworkers, mutual friends. I want to be able to make sure I'm taking very good care of you, and I want to make sure I'm sharing the right information with you. And so the second reason why I created the top tier friendship cruise specifically for Christian singles 21 years and older. So this is my second reason that I would like to explain. So I do identify as Christian, apostolic, and Pentecostal. Okay, that's my spiritual religious background, right? I am 37 years old. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a counselor. I'm single. I'm a travel agent. So I understand there's so much life, us as singles, myself as a single, to live. I like to encourage others that are single to live life well. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I've been trying to do for several years, just to live life well. I've been to many conventions, conferences, events. I've been to, I visited a lot of different churches throughout the U.S., for years, since like my teen years, so there's a lot. And also too, there's a lot of apostolic Facebook pages, groups that's out there, that I've personally been on, that I'm aware of. There's so many, there's a plethora of Christian singles or apostolic single, Facebook pages, right? And I know and met throughout the years, on these pages. A common factor. So this, like, I'm trying to explain the second reason why I created this group. I think it's important for you all to know why I created this group. So with this, a common factor that I have noticed, the complaints, the complaining, the murmuring, that I hear so often from Christian singles, that there's not necessarily enough safe, fun, and enjoyable things to do. So I thought, wow, okay, maybe this could be like the first group cruise that I can do for that demographic. I'm part of that demographic. So I think I can speak for at least, some of the things I feel like we may need, like on a vacation, right? And I have traveled quite a bit to kind of get a sense of that. So I thought this would be a great idea to start a group specifically for this demographic. This is something that's different, even though I know there's a few major Pentecostal and apostolic cruises out here for different other things, but not necessarily for this demographic, like specifically for Pentecostal apostolic, like Christian singles, adult singles, right? So there's a lot of other like apostolic Pentecostal Christian cruises that cruise all throughout the year. Every year, like there's annual cruises. And so I've never got a chance to go on any of those specifically, but I've known people that have, and they've had a great time. And so specifically for just for the demographic of just being, Pentecostal apostolic or Christian single, I haven't heard of one till recently. I have heard of one recently, but up to this point, I'm sure they have them. I'm sure they have them, right? I just haven't been aware of them. So from what I've been hearing for so many people for so many years, I'm like, this will be something good to try to do and promote. So I figured this can be a group just for Christian singles to take a vacation, because like I said at the beginning, we all need a vacation. We all need self-care. If you're a working professional, like, if you're not working right now, if you're not earning income, you might want to start with that. But for those of you that are working, and you have not planned a vacation for yourself, I figured this may be a good chance and opportunity for you. All right. So with that being said, I figured this will be an opportunity for vacation, an opportunity to meet new people. Because that's another thing I hear a lot of times. Like, there's not enough things happening to meet new people. How can you meet new friends or any other potential people? You have to travel. You have to meet new people. Also, I figure this is an opportunity to experience something new and different. So I feel like there's so many of us out here, so many of you out here, that you don't go out of your comfort zone. You don't go out of your city. You don't go out of your state. You don't go out of your country. You just stay in this little bubble, and you don't allow for yourself to experience other things, right? We're not saying that you need to be moving in different places all the time. We're just saying give yourself that time to be able to experience something that's not necessarily in your bubble, because that does help you to be more of a well-rounded person. That helps you to get to know about different other cultures, because yes, we may be in America, yes, we may be in the USA, but every city and state has their own type of culture, and how they do things. And just being able to like gain new perspective, be able to eat different food, to experience something that you normally don't get to experience on an everyday basis, right? So that's one thing that I love about travel. And so I figured, because, all these singles that's like all over the USA and Canada and Europe, they're always sharing about, they wish there was more ways and more activities to do things and meet people, to get to know people, blah, 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 as friendships or even romantic interests. It's like, well, you can't stay home all day. You can't stay home all day, all year, and expect to have new friends or expect to have like possible any type of romantic interest, because no one ever sees you. No one ever hears of you. Like, you give no one an opportunity to even know you. You don't give yourself an opportunity to meet new people. So I figured maybe this cruise can help with networking and vacationing and just having a good time. And, I figured, there's plenty on the ship. And on the ports of call for good, clean, safe, and fun things to do, and without us having to feel like our spirituality is being compromised. Like, you can go on a cruise, you can take vacation, and still be a Christian, and still be an apostolic, still be Pentecostal, still love God. God still loves you. Like, it's not taken away from your belief system at all. And I figured this may be a great way to do that. But I've realized in this past year, I don't know what to say. Like, I know what to say. I just don't think that some of you are ready for what I'm going to say. So the problem is not that there's not enough stuff for us Christian apostolic Pentecostals to do. It's just that many of you are choosing not to do what is available. There's plenty of things to do for us to meet new people, to enjoy ourselves, to gain new experiences. Many of you are just caught up in the complaining and murmuring and just walking around the wilderness instead of just living a little and challenging yourself, getting out your comfort zone, getting out your bubble, just doing something different. So I say all that to say that we still have time. We still have time. And you're catching me in a season that I'm very motivated right now. I'm very productive right now when it comes to travel because, there's seasons in my life I get very focused with work and I'm not able to go on here as much as I have like this past week. So you're just catching me in a really good season right now because when I'm locked in, when it comes to work or other things I have to take care of or other projects I'm doing, I'm not able to share all this information, but I want to be able to share this information for you to have and also for you to share with other people. If you are not interested in this cruise, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because sometimes when people feel like they're not able to do something, they feel like I'm going to be upset or sad. I gotta put my glasses on for this. I'm not sad. I'm not sad. I'm not upset if you're unable to do this cruise or if you don't want to do it or you're unable to do it, whatever the reason may be. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's not personal. It's not personal because you're going to choose what you need to do for yourself. You're going to choose what you want to do with yourself. And I'm going to do the same because regardless of what's going to happen, Kim Marie McLeod, I will be going on this cruise in November 15th through November 23rd, 2025. Okay, I will be in Aruba, I will be in Curacao, and I will be in Bonaire. And it's okay. It's okay. It's absolutely okay. Because regardless who goes, I'm going to go. Because remind you, I was just on an Eastern Caribbean cruise back in November by myself. I did the whole trip solo. So I don't want any of you to feel like you're scared to tell me when I reach out to you. If I reach out to you and I ask you about this trip, if you're not interested, just say you're not interested. Just say I'm unable to go. Don't try to like sugarcoat things. Like, just let me know. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just here sharing information to give you an opportunity. That's all I'm here. I'm a messenger. Listen, I'm a messenger right now. All right? I'm a messenger. So that's that for that. Also, too, just a few more things to share in this video, because this video, I think I'm going to share this video with others that are interested, maybe people that may reach out to me and they say they're interested. I'm going to share this video. And like I said, if you're not able to go on this trip, if you're not planning on going this trip, please share this live video. Please share this live video, through your Facebook. Also share it and copy the link and text it to other people, people that's interested in cruising. Okay. Now for this particular trip, like I said, It's specifically for Christian singles that's 21 years and older. But if you don't fit in that category, I can still book you for a cruise. I can still book you for any type of not any, but I can still book you for a different. If November doesn't work for you, I can book you another cruise. For something else, for another time, for another port. It doesn't have to be this particular cruise, but I'm sharing this information for this particular group. Okay, you hear me? So please share this, because I guarantee you there's 12 people that are interested in cruising. I'm pretty sure there's 12 people that's on your Facebook, that's in your contact list, that is interested in cruising. And if you know any singles, if you know any Christian singles, any Christians, Pentecostal, apostolic Christians that are interested and possibly having a vacation and cruising with me, with a few others that I know on this cruise, share this information with them. If you are at a church, if you're listening to this right now and you go to church, share this information with the singles group, with the singles department. Share this with your pastors and let them know this is something that a Christian apostolic Pentecostal that is doing. And look, they're saying this is something that can be done. No chaos, no drama, no craziness. Hey, I can't stop people from doing what they're going to do. I can't stop adults being adults. So if you an adult want to do something stupid and dumb on your cruise, that's your business. I'm not here to babysit. Now let's get this clear. I'm not here to babysit, but this is an opportunity to have good, clean, safe fun. All right. I know, churches are different. Like I said, every church is different with how they do things or whatever. But, if you're listening to this and there's Christian singles at your church that, or that need a vacation, that want a vacation, that's interested in cruising, either they've been on a cruise before or never been on a cruise, share this information with them. Don't be a gatekeeper. And that's something I don't like. That's something that I just don't like when it comes to the travel industry. What some people do is like, because I don't want to go on this trip, I'm not going to share this with other people that I know may enjoy this information, because you don't want to go, or you choose not to go, or you can't go. You gatekeep that information. Please don't do that. I'm praying. Please don't do that. Just because, share this information. Let the single people, you have single friends, single family, single neighbors, single co-workers, let them know this information. Let them know. Share this information with them. All right. So we have all that information. So some other information as well about this cruise. So at the current moment, I have only six staterooms left for this group cruise. I only have 6 staterooms left. I have 2 balconies left, which they call verandas. Okay, so Celebrity Cruises, they call their balconies verandas. You want to get used to saying that. It's a veranda. It's a veranda. It's a veranda. Okay. So we have two verandas, which is AKA balcony. I have 2 ocean view, which is a window. It's a window inside your cabs, inside of your stateroom, that you can see outside, but you can't go outside. You can't open the window. You can't open the window and you can't go outside. It's just the window. It's just the window. That's an ocean view. And then we have the inside stateroom, which is no windows. You just have the lights. It gets pitch black. I mean, when I say it gets pitch black in that room. And for me, I'm okay with that because I like sleeping in darkness. But this cruise, I'm doing the veranda. This cruise. This is my first time ever booking a veranda for a cruise. I always do either the last cruises that I had, I've done 2 insides and I've done 1 ocean view. So this is my first time ever actually doing a veranda. So I'm kind of excited about that, just to see how that works out. I've heard once you go balcony, you're never going to go back. So we'll see. And so we have that information. I do, at the end of this video, I will share the pricing on that. All right. But I have 6 staterooms left. Once again, I think I already mentioned about the food. Celebrity Silhouette. It is that ship. I want to say that ship was built back in 2011. It was refurbished, fully renovated. I think it was back in 2019. So it is a little bit more modern. I've heard and I've seen pictures and videos. My room attendant for Celebrity Apex from this past November, he told me that he actually used to work on that ship. He used to work on that ship for like 2 years. And he said it's a beautiful ship. Of course, he said he likes Celebrity Apex better because Celebrity Apex is a newer ship. It's part of their Edge class ship. So it's bigger, there's more stuff to do, whatever. But he says that he told me that Celebrity Silhouette, he says a beautiful ship. He told me that I would love it. He told me the ports of calls, I would love it. I've heard only good things about Celebrity Silhouette. I have yet to hear anything negative about Celebrity Silhouette. I've heard only great things about that ship. So I'm really excited to experience that. But when it comes to the food, they only have one main dining room with that. But I heard the food is still great. I've heard the food is still great with that ship. With this group cruise, so what you pay, your complimentary meals, of course, ocean view, cafe, the buffet, the dining room. There's an upcharge for certain other restaurants. That's your choice. You don't have to. I didn't have a desire to eat at any other places when I was on my last cruise. But then again, we had 4 different dining rooms. So there was so many choices. I didn't need to pay extra for anything else. Also, with the group rate, your drinks will be included. I do not drink alcohol. Okay. But there are some alcohol drinks that are available on that package. I will be doing mocktails. So mocktails, water bottles, specialty teas and coffee, and all your soda and pop will be made available under the group rate. That's a classic drink package. So you have the classic drink package. You will also have basic Wi-Fi. It's not premium Wi-Fi. If you want premium Wi-Fi, that will be an upcharge for you. But for me, when I go on vacation, definitely when I go on a cruise, I don't have any desire to be on my phone. That's why I'm on vacation. I may post something here and there because I have it, but I don't plan on being on my phone all day, every day when I'm on vacation, definitely when I'm on a cruise. So please don't complain if the internet is not at your speed. Just if you want to upgrade to premium, upgrade to premium. But remember, this is vacation. So you really shouldn't be on your phone doing a whole bunch of stuff when you're on vacation. You're on vacation. Ports is also included. So we're going to Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. That's included in your in the booking fee. Like when you pay, that's what's included. All the entertainment on board is included. Also a gym. I think the gym is 24 hours. I think the gym is 24 hours. The gym. I heard the gyms are great. I didn't go to the gym last time at Celebrity Apex, so I heard it was great. I didn't go. You have the gym. Now they do have a spa, but you do have to pay for any services you get at the spa. That is an upcharge. Also too, so you get all of that within your price. So the price that I share with you, the taxes and fees are included in that. And you have to understand, staterooms are based on 2-person occupancy. Not saying that, like, you can stay in your room by yourself. You can stay in a room as a solo, as a single, but just know that the rooms are set up as 2-person occupancy. Now, if you're only staying in a room, of course, you're only going to be paying taxes and fees for one person. You're only going to be paying gratuities for one person, right? Depending on the day, depending on any promotionals or whatever, you may get a single supplement, but that varies from day to day or week by week, okay? That's not something I can promise you, but you just have to understand, if you're planning on coming by yourself as a single, as a solo, that you will be responsible for the entirety of the room cost. Okay, please have that understanding. All right, and as you're planning for this trip, a few more things, 3 more things I want to make mention really quickly with you all. You need to go ahead and get your passport. Not because if you're going on this trip, whether or not, you need a passport. And I've been saying this since forever of time. I've been telling people to get a passport since 2010. Since 2010. 2010. How many years is that? How many years is that? Is that 15 years? I've been telling people to get a passport for 15 years. And guess what? I know people, as of today, they still don't have a passport. And I've been telling people to get a passport since 2010. Please get yourself a passport ASAP. It's so easy to get a passport. Google USA passport. It would send you to the travel state website, and you just follow those steps. Very easy steps. You need to set up an appointment with whatever place in your city that does passport applications and appointments. Do that ASAP. It's super easy to get a passport, folks. Super easy. They keep going up on the pricing, which I don't understand, but the pricing keeps going up. So you need to go ahead and get a passport. I think you get a passport now for I think it's $130 or $150 for just standard. And then of course, there's more money if you have to get it sooner, expedited. And also there's some places in the USA that you can get your passport on the same day. So there's no reason, excuse. I don't want to hear no one giving me an excuse why they don't have a passport. You are an American citizen. You are an American citizen. It's a privilege. It is part of our privilege to have a passport. Get yourself a passport ASAP, like yesterday. Start looking today. Figure out what you need to do to get a passport. Get your passport in the next week or 2 weeks. The next time you get paid, go get a passport. There's no reason or excuse for you not to have a passport. Please go get yourself a passport. Whew. So if you're planning on going on this cruise or any other type of cruise, please have a passport. Stop asking me, stop asking other travel agents if you need a passport to go on a cruise, if you need a passport to go out the country. Get a passport. Get a passport. Get a passport. Okay? We understand some ships, some itineraries allow for you to have a birth certificate. We're not in 1988 anymore. We're not in 1988 anymore. Go get yourself a passport. Go get yourself a passport. And all of that is settled. Don't ask anyone, oh, will my real ID work for cruises? No. Get yourself a passport. Just get yourself a passport and be done with it. And you can go anywhere in the world, practically almost anywhere in the world, with your passport. Just show, it's so easy. When you go up, when you're about to board your ship, literally, I was so anxious because I'm like, Lord, I don't want nothing issues. They look at my passport. They look at my check-in information on my app. They just see that it matches. All the information is correct. My name, my birthday, the expiration. Less than 5 minutes. The check-in was so fast. I was checked in from the time that I arrived to the building to the time I was on the ship, it was maybe 15 minutes. Maybe 15 minutes. From dropping my bags off to the porter, going into the terminal, the cruise terminal, going up the escalators, going through the check-in line with security. Because there's two check-ins that I had to do. 15 minutes I was on the ship. Get your passport. Get your passport. Just get your passport and just make sure all the information is correct on your passport. Get your passport ASAP. Also, too, if you're planning on going on this cruise or any other cruise or any other travel stuff that you're doing, make sure you get travel insurance. Make sure you get travel insurance. Make sure you get travel insurance. Don't spend all this money on a cruise and then don't have travel insurance. Because as we know, life happens. We all found that out back in 2020, right? Life happens. You know, we are human. We are human. Life happens. So please make sure you get travel insurance. I can help you with travel insurance. So I do have a partnership with Allianz. So I can definitely get you connected. I personally have a yearly plan right now with Allianz Travel Protection, travel protection, travel insurance. Make sure you get that. I can help you with that, but you don't have to do Allianz. If you have another travel insurance company that you comfortable with, that you work with, whatever, I'm fine. That's fine. But if you're going to go on this cruise or any travel that I do with you, you have to sign a travel insurance release form, a waiver, or you will have to commit to purchasing travel insurance. Okay, it's to protect you, it's to protect me, it's to protect your trip, most importantly. And also, too, last thing, if you're planning on doing this particular trip, top tier friendship cruise, I will need a card authorization form filled out and signed by you. That can be done electronically. I can send that over to you by email. My email is beautifultravel247@gmail.com. That's beautifultravel247@gmail.com. Or just text me, comment, DM me your email, and I'll make sure I send that form over to you. Very simple, very easy. That's just that's the protocol. Okay, that's the protocol with being an independent travel agent, because you got to protect yourself. I got to protect myself. Got to protect the trip. You want to make sure you're giving me authorization to charge your card for this trip. Just makes sense, right? Makes sense. So that's all I have right now. I know I was on here like fairly long time, but I hope I gave you everything that you need. As we close out, this is called the Top Tier Friendship Cruise. This is for Christian singles 21 years and older. We are leaving November 15th. November 15th. We are leaving November 15th, 2025. That is on a Saturday. And we will return home November 23rd, 2025. That's 8 nights. Our ports of call will be Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. We will be leaving and returning and Fort Lauderdale, Florida, in the USA. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That's where our port and call, our cruise terminal will be when we do this cruise. So I want to thank y'all so much for joining me today. Once again, please, 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 from the bottom of my heart, please, 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 share this information with your family and friends that you feel like may be interested. I would love to meet them. I would love to have a great time with you all. So until I see you all again, I don't know the next time I will do. Next update will probably be in 2 weeks for the trip. So I'll probably do another live in the next 2 weeks, because next week I have a busy weekend. I have a wedding to go to. I will be in Maryland next weekend. And so, yeah, in about 2 weeks. So I'll say, yep, 2 weeks from now, in 2 weeks from now, I'll put in my calendar. I'm gonna try to go live again and just touch base with you all about this trip. It's still time. It's still time. Final payment is July 18th. Final payment is July 18th, 2025. There is a way. There's a way. There's a way. And also there's a way you can make payments on it too. There's a way you can make payments on this too. But I don't want nobody to get caught up. So if you're unable to come financially, it's okay. Come next time, because there's going to be many other cruises happening in the future. But if you really want to go on this cruise and you know you can do it, you just need a little bit more time to pay it. You know you can pay it off by the end of the year. Try it out and see. You may really, it may really work out for you. My travel team that I know of, they do that with their clients all the time. They have quite a few clients that there's a payment system that we can use, and you can make payments throughout the year for the cruise. So you have options, and the old fashioned option is just putting money away each time you get paid. Each time you get paid, put a certain amount. The lowest I've ever made a payment, I think the lowest amount I ever put towards my cruise was like $15. So think about that. Something as low as $15 each time you get paid, put towards your trip. Like, every bit adds up. Every bit adds up. Okay. So I will talk to you all later. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today on this. Thank you all so much, YouTube family. If you have not liked and subscribed to my channel, Kim Marie McLeod, travel therapy, Miss Kim LPC, make sure you go ahead, subscribe, and like on YouTube, Facebook fam, you know what to do. Share this on your news feeds, share this on your pages, share this in people DMs, share, copy, link, send them to the people in your contact list. And if you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Kim McLeod, Kim Marie McLeod. My tag is travel therapy, Miss Kim LPC. So I'll see you all later. You all have a great day, great weekend. Happy Mother's Day. And also, too, all your mothers out here, you mothers out here, your single mothers out here, you know good and well you need a vacation. Tell them you want to go on a cruise. Tell them to Cash App you. Tell them to PayPal you. Tell them to Zelle you, okay? Tell them that you want to go on this cruise and what you want for Mother's Day is some money so you can go on this cruise. Come on, single mothers, come on. I'm on your side. All right, so I'll talk to y'all later. God bless you all. Remember, Top Tier Friendship Cruise, November 15th, 2025, 8 nights. Aruba, Curacao, Bonaire. Woo! Need to reach me? 757-685-2977. 757-685-2977. Email beautifultravel247@gmail. Beautifultravel247@gmail. Of course, that's going to be in the description in this video. I'll talk to y'all later. It was so good meeting with you all today. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.